I want to discuss the ideal apple cider vinegar. What would be the best apple cider vinegar, and what are all the criteria that I would look for in apple cider vinegar? So number one, I want to make sure it's certified organic. Why? Because apples are part of the dirty dozen as far as the amount of pesticides that they receive. So they're heavily, heavily sprayed. So you never want to consume apple cider vinegar that's not organic, okay? Next thing, I want it to be raw or unpasteurized. Why? Because heat kills enzymes, okay? And we want the enzymes active, because if we're using apple cider vinegar for the acids, which is great, might as well add the enzymes in there too to enhance our digestion. I also wanted to have the mother. What's the mother? It's the sediment that has the probiotics or the good bacteria. Of course, if it's pasteurized, it's going to kill that. And I also want it to be unfiltered, which is part of the mother. I also don't want to take a vinegar that is distilled, okay, as in white vinegar. And by the way, white vinegar comes from grain. So they distill it and they really refine it. It's a very refined product. If you have a whole, raw, unpasteurized apple cider vinegar, you're getting it's almost like a food in itself. And that apple sugar has been converted by bacteria and yeast, a type of vinegar that's very, very healthy inside our bodies. I also want to make sure that they use the whole apple and not just the peels or the core or whatever. And lastly, I want to make sure it's undiluted. Now, I've been recommending Bragg's apple cider vinegar for a while. However, there's a new one that I'm going to be using, which I believe is better. And by the way, I'm not getting kickbacks or funded. I'm not affiliated with this company, but it's every so often when I find a good product, I want to endorse it. It's called Fairchild's by Golden Valley Vinegar. Okay, this has all the factors, okay, that this has, and then some. So if you look on the back of the labels and if you compare these two, this one says organic apple cider and water, okay? This one says organic apple cider and no water. So if you look at the color of each one of these, okay, so I'll switch this because there's more shading on my left. You can see that this one is darker because it's more concentrated. They're not diluting it. In fact, this has 25% less vinegar than this. Okay, so this is more concentrated. So that's one reason. And you're probably saying, well, you're going to dilute it anyway. So what does it matter? Well, the cost matters. This one right here is $12.46. This one is $7.98. So that's another good reason to do your comparisons. So anyway, I just wanted to do a comparison video of these two vinegars. And this one, hands down, is my favorite go-to apple cider vinegar because it fits every single criteria. Thanks for watching.
Before you go real quick, I have a course entitled How to Bulletproof Your Immune System. It's a free course. I want you to take it. And here's why. Here's you. Here is your environment. Everyone is focused on this over here, avoiding your environment. But what about here? What about strengthening your immune system? That's what's missing. This course will show you how to bulletproof yourself, and so you can tolerate and resist your environment much better by strengthening your own immune system. I put a link down in the description right down below. Check it out and get signed up today. Hey, before